Thank you.
So the Flash movie just came out a little while ago, and I know I'm a little bit late to the reviewing train, but I wanted to give my opinion from a Christian perspective on this movie. Now, I'm also not going to dive into all the controversy surrounding Ezra Miller right now. I'm just giving my opinion on the movie. Another thing you should know is if you're a child watching this and you want to watch it because your parents told you that you couldn't, remember what Ephesians 6 says. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor your father and mother. This is the first commandment with the promise that it may go well with you. So if you're a kid watching this and your parent says don't watch it, don't watch it. And now on to the review. I watched this movie with my family and everyone enjoyed it except my mom, who prefers her superhero movies to have a little more action in them. This is more of a Guardians of the Galaxy type of superhero film. As for language goes, there's a lot of language to be aware of. There is one completely unnecessary use of the F word. For any parents watching out there, the F-bomb happens near the very end of the movie, right after a court case with Barry Allen's dad. There's also multiple uses of the S word. It's the word that shows up the most in the movie, especially during the beginning of the movie. Boys' private parts, hell, crap, and the A word are also used in this movie. God's name is misused multiple times, as well as one specific time when Jesus' name is misused. As for alcohol, the first time we see Michael Keaton's Batman in the parallel universe, he is surrounded by several bottles and he seems a bit tipsy. Also, I would just skip the post-credit scene because in this scene, Barry and Aquaman come out of a bar and Aquaman is definitely drunk. There's no denying it, he is really drunk. I would just skip this because it adds no point or any plot to the movie or movies to come since the DCEU is ending. As for sexual content, there is one part when Barry Allen is butt naked because he has burned through all of his clothes. We only see his backside, but there are times when we see him naked from his front side, but he's always covering up his parts with a frying pan or something like that. Another thing to be aware of is Barry also says that I know sex exists. I've never experienced it. This is great on one hand because Barry is an unmarried male, but on another hand, there was no need for this gag, I guess you could call it, to be in the movie, and it went on for way too long. Another thing to be aware of is when Barry 1 travels to Barry's 2 apartment, we find out that Barry 2 has roommates. We find this out when a girl sits up from bed only wearing a bra, and she is beside a boy who is wearing very tight whitey-tighties. Further on in the movie, you do see the guy stretching with his whitey-tighties on. Also, you could kind of see this in the trailer, but when Batman and Barry find Kara for the first time, she's wearing a hospital gown, which is very loose near the back. As you should expect from superhero films now, most of the outfits are very tight. Barry, too, even makes a little joke about it being tight near his private parts when he tries on the Flash suit for the first time. As for violence goes, it's a pretty chill superhero film. If anyone knows Barry Allen's backstory, his mom was killed, and that is a flashback we see where she is stabbed in the stomach. Characters are also struck by lightning. Both Barrys do steal quite frequently. There's one time when Barry 1 steals a beer because his crush Iris comes over to his house. And there also Barry 2, he steals the frying pan that was covering up his parts that we talked about earlier. The Flash is a pretty good movie and I really liked it. While this film is not R-rated, it does tend to walk the line with the F word, the nude scene, and the very frequent use of the S word. If you can't tell from the trailers, this movie does dive into the multiverse with multiple Flashes, multiple Batmans, and multiple Supermen. I'm not going to talk really about how you should handle that. That's really how you want to handle that. In the end, it might seem like I really don't like the Flash movie. That's not true. I did really enjoy this film. I'm a huge Flash fan. He's my favorite superhero, and I am very happy with this movie. Obviously, I wish there was a little less language and the nude scenes were gone away. But this is, again, definitely a PG-13 movie, so I'd be very cautious taking any younger children to go see it. Now, again, if you are a child watching this video and your mom or your dad or someone who is in charge of you has told you that you cannot watch this movie, obviously your parent or whoever's in charge of you is more in control of you than I am. You don't just say, hey, this dude said it's okay. No, they rank above you, so listen to what they say and honor thy father and mother. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being this movie is absolute garbage, don't go see it, and 10, this is the best movie ever made, I'm going to give this movie the very unpopular opinion of 8 out of 10. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.
Barry, what are you doing?
Our kids are gonna want to see this.